I will be spoiling. Oh, says I'm live. I'm just now live. Okay, apparently I'm live now. This video falls under fair use. I will be speaking from about an article today, but I'll put a link to that article in the description below so you guys can follow along and stuff. So how are you guys today? I have a couple different things to talk about. Emily, I did look up that Chris Chan. It kind of sucks that people like tricked him into doing a bunch of messed up stuff. Like the whole story behind that is just kind of messed up. But you know, that's life. Anyways, today I'm reading from my phone. I'm just gonna be transparent about that. But since you guys seem to like my first aid videos, this video is gonna be about first aid too, only it's gonna be the myths of first aid. Okay, so I'm reading this. I'm reading out loud. I'm just gonna be honest with you. What if your friend is stung by a jellyfish? If you read the internet, you may think the right idea is to pee on the sting. Ugh, wrong. It's time to dispel some of the most popular myths and correct response to each emergency. For example, scraping off a bee stinger. This is the granddaddy of all first aid myths, and how fast you remove the stinger is much more important than how you spend time looking through your wallet for a Visa card to scrape it off with, which I'm sure you guys knew that one was a myth. I don't know why it's weird. It doesn't work. It's not like the venom just sits in the wound waiting for you to remove it with a 2-cent plastic syringe. It gets absorbed into the bloodstream and moves all around the body. Sucking it out with your mouth is even worse. The stink will just get a 2-for-1 special that way. And then the next one is hyperventilating into a paper bag. Running makes you breathe fast. The money makes you breathe fast. Stress makes you breathe fast. There are a lot of reasons why we do not use a paper bag for hyperventilation. Creating hyperventilation is a touchy subject if you don't know how to recognize hyperventilation syndrome. And this one is a classic myth right here, which is peeing on a jellyfish sting. Hopefully this isn't on a clothing optional beach. Oof, cover your eyes, honey. Urine only works if it is acidic. Depending on diet, urine is not always acidic. Therefore, urine does not always work. Vinegar, however, always works. Fish sting, which should have been common knowledge, but apparently not. And yes, I'm still wearing this monkey onesie because I like it. And then another common myth is putting something in a seizure patient's mouth to bite. While someone suffered a seizure, may very well bite his or her tongue. It rarely becomes an airway emergency. Seizures look scary, but generally do very little harm. Blockage by stuff. Treat a seizure with less rather than too much. And this one is a big myth too, which is leaning back with a nosebleed. We know mom's going to be mad when you bleed on your string uniform, but leaning back will cause you to swallow blood. Since your tummy doesn't like blood, you will vomit the blood. Gross. And it will definitely ruin your soccer uniform. Lean forwards for a bloody nose. And then another myth is the raw steak for for a black guy, like from the cartoons. Right out of a Popeye cartoon, this one. Putting raw steak on a black eye does nothing to contaminate the eye with whatever E. coli is on the steak. This is all about the cold. Ice works just fine. If you insist on pulling something out of the freezer, try a bag of frozen peas. It's cleaner and it'll work better than the steak. And another myth is that you should put butter on burns. What is it with food and burn? Butter and oil are great for basting, but unless you want to make a burn worse, leave them in the kitchen. Oils hold in the heat, exactly the opposite of what a burn victim needs. If you have to put butter on something, try the steak you won't be using for your black eye. And then another myth is drinking alcohol to warm up a hypothermia victim. Remember these pictures of St. Bernards racing through snow-covered mountains, kegs of brandy lashing to their thick necks? Didn't happen. They were carrying mail. Just because a hot toddy by the fire keeps you warm on a ski lodge, it isn't a good idea to count on the booze in your Bota bag to warm up. Alcohol makes you feel flush and warm, but actually leads to hypothermia in cold weather. Another myth is rubbing alcohol for a fever. Alcohol on the inside doesn't warm you up, and alcohol on the outside isn't a great way to cool you down. Alcohol dries very quickly, and that makes it feel cool. Unfortunately, it can absorb into the skin and it causes nasty results when it does. Never drink isopropyl alcohol and don't rub it all over your body either. Reduce your fever in other ways. And keeping head injury patients awake. Don't let them go to sleep, you've heard. Doesn't get any shut-eye. How exactly does keeping one awake treat one's head injury? It doesn't. Never use a tourniquet. Tourniquets have a bad rep in first aid. Used incorrectly, they have the potential to do irreparable harm. However, when they're needed, there's nothing better. Counting on Good Samaritan laws to protect you. Laws are supposed to protect everyone. A deed goes unpunished. Hope you like this video. I just debunked some of the comment, like, and subscribe so I can keep making more of these things. Thanks.